In 2014, my entire life turned around, and for the first time in my life, I woke up to the fact that what's really important to me and sacred is my connection to nature, my health, and others. Ever since then, I've asked and I've received majestic human connection, global exploration, and immense lessons, but most importantly, cosmic awareness. Manifestation is taking back your true power and having the utmost belief in yourself. Currently, I live in a beautiful home with my two best friends in Costa Rica, healing myself, creating, exploring in abundance and love. Honestly, I've worked on manifesting this, and living has never felt so good. Even through the full spectrum of emotions, I find my way back, always, to joy, peace, and gratitude. My trust in manifestation has only become stronger, and I know it's just a matter of time before anything I ask for materializes. Let me show you how I do this. Manifestation is very real, and every single day we are participating in it. With every thought that eventually turns into belief, which then turns into action, and soon enough habit. The word itself means to turn the abstract, in this case, thoughts and beliefs, into physical reality. It differs from mere positive thinking and using our own willpower. Manifesting is about aligning our inner experience to match our outer reality. So, the first step in manifesting whatever you want into your life is knowing exactly what you really want, coming from a place of safety and abundance. What is it that you are desiring? The more specific and detailed your dreams are, the greater your focus will shift to them. In my case, I wanted to be living in a tropical environment where I could easily access the beach and be close to nature and see exotic wildlife. That was one of my biggest dreams, was to be able to live in a place like this and meanwhile still travel. And speaking of travel, I wanted to be able to travel with a partner, and most recently to travel with my dog. In order to make anything you want a reality, you must first think of it. Think of yourself living it, and this might require getting past some limiting beliefs and resistance. We might still be holding on to the notion that we are not enough nor deserving of what we want, and we must get rid of that entirely. To let go of resistance and limiting beliefs, we must confront ourselves, and it's important to be able to recognize our own flaws and shortcomings. But instead of giving into self-judgment and self-deprecation and feelings of inadequacy, we should instead view our weaknesses as opportunities for growth and self-acceptance. If you struggle with the feeling of needing to be perfect or over-criticizing yourself, I created a video on perfectionism that might be helpful. Keep in mind that you may still have a little bit of resistance and a couple of limiting beliefs, but that shouldn't stop you from trying to manifest whatever you want. So, after you define your desires, whether you fully believe in them or not yet, we must make them tangible in either writing or collages, or have them symbolized in objects that remind us of it daily. So in my case, I decided to create 3 specific journals for each one of the categories I wanted to manifest. And on the first page, I wrote down my most ambitious desires regarding that area of life. And those are the journals I keep using to write new ideas, write new strategies, and work towards my goals. Recently, there's been a TikTok trend that suggests a method called the 369 method, in which you write down what you want 3 times in the morning, 3 times in the afternoon, and 9 times at night for 33 to 45 days. And while personally that's not necessarily what I did, you're welcome to try it. I found a much better, less repetitive, yet effective strategy and what I would call a mantra. Abundance into your life, you have to be willing to know exactly what the first amount you want, defining exactly what you want, you will be doing in return for this income, And the second, more importantly, how you are going to obtain that amount through what services, what products, what strategies to obtain it. For example, if you want to manifest income. More, once you have your mantra ready and you know exactly what you want, when you want it, what you're going to do for it, and how you're going to do it, it's time to say it first thing when you wake up and last thing before you go to bed. And this is very important because in both of these moments, we are still half awake and half asleep, which is where our subconscious absorbs whatever we want to feed it way more than when you're fully awake and fully alert and your emotions are in check and your logical mind is predominant. Once you have your mantra ready to go and you're reciting it first thing in the morning and last thing before going to bed, you are now co-creating, which means that it's time to create the actual roadmap for yourself. And I personally use what's called an outcome map, meaning that you start with your end goal. And your end goal doesn't just embody why you want something or why you are doing something major, it's for what are you doing what you're doing. It can be a little challenging and seem almost counterintuitive to work backwards, but that's the point. Everything simplifies and is broken down into smaller actionable steps that lead you back to where you are now. My end goal, for example, is partaking in reforestation on a global scale. That is why and for what I am doing what I am doing. Every day I get closer to what I've mapped out and do what I'm actually passionate about, conserving, protecting, and rehabilitating natural environments. Slowly, opportunities, scenarios, people, and events will occur that are aligned with what you intended. It's important to recognize and acknowledge what comes to you, and no matter how big or how small, practice gratitude always. This is crucial because we might not get what we want in the time frame that we were hoping or expecting, but the more gratitude you give, the more you will receive from life. To recap, if you want to manifest anything into your life, you must first know exactly what you want. Second, you must know exactly what your limiting beliefs are and any resistance you have towards believing that you actually deserve what you want. Third is you must write down your desires or translate them into something physical outside of your mind. Fourth is creating a mantra and practicing it every single day. And fifth, lastly, is staying grateful for anything that comes your way. I hope you take what I've taught you today and apply it to your life and achieve and receive everything that you deserve.